How's it going, everyone? My name is Azarus, and welcome back to nothing, because we're going to be doing something completely different. We're going to be answering your questions. And so far, we've gotten quite a bit of questions, which I'm pretty excited to go over. Should be fun. Should be fun. Of course, once again, for the final time, I swear. Thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers. This was something that someone suggested, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. So don't even tell me I need a haircut. I know. It's getting a little crazy. Let's get into the questions. I'm actually pretty curious. I have my iPad here, so if I'm looking down, I'm looking at the questions here. We had a question coming in from Purplish. They said, "I am so happy this is happening." Glad you're happy. I am too, honestly. My question is, what is your favorite combination of colors? 2 to 3 colors. Okay. Great question. Black and red. Don't even have to think about that. I think those two colors go together nicely. Great start, honestly. All right, we have another question coming in from the normal looking hammer. I almost said hamster. Hammer. They say, "Congrats on the milestone. Thank you so much. My question is, what is the best time you've had in your life?" To be honest with you, reaching 10,000 subscribers is pretty high up there. It's something that I've always wanted to accomplish. But other than that, I think the best time of my life, or best times, I guess, one thing that always sticks in my mind is me playing like the older Call of Duties with my friends. I used to play like Modern Warfare 2. I'm just speaking like the top ones that I played. Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2. Advanced Warfare might not have been like, the best game, but we played a lot of it. We played a lot of competitive, which was interesting. Oh, oh my god, Black Ops 1, just the zombies and stuff like that. Black Ops 2 zombies was great too. Fantastic question. Moving on to the next one. Another question coming in from Splatjack. Out of all the upcoming Incredibox mods, which one are you most excited for? Surprisingly, I do very little to no research on future mods. For a reason. I like the element of surprise. I like being surprised. Usually you guys comment new mods, new scratch mods, and it's always a new shock to me. But I will say, if I'm not mistaken, I think Coldbox had 2 versions. One of them not being really finished. I think some of the animations weren't finished. I would really want to hear a 3rd version from them. I would. I'm also very excited for the new setbox mods. Version 7, I heard, is coming out relatively soon, so that should be fun, right? We get another question coming in from Moregano. They said, "Congratulations on 10K. Thank you. Thank you." They have 3 questions. Cool. What is your favorite polos out of the Incredibox official versions? Okay, so I'm thinking of a polo, and it's definitely from Dystopia. Oh, yeah. There is one polo from Dystopia. It was a choir polo, and it sounded amazing. Okay, I have it open. It was Voice 2. I'm closing it right now. Voice 2 in Incredibox Dystopia. And I don't know, something about that choir polo it's like candy to my ears. Does that make sense? Question 2. Do you have any other favorite games besides Incredibox? Fantastic question. I play a game called Brawlhalla religiously. It's actually scary how much I play that game. It's almost like Super Smash Bros, but it's like 2D. Other than that, I mean, I played games like Ark. I played games like Don't Starve Together. I'm looking at my games now. Grand Theft Auto I played. No Man's Sky was a great game. I mean, it kind of was. In the beginning it wasn't, and it turned into a decent game. And then I play like Call of Duty, Apex, things like that. I'm kind of all over, honestly. I like some horror games, but I think I like playing horror games like for YouTube or something like that. You know what I mean? Not like playing them on my own. Question 3. How did you come up with the channel name Azarus? Fantastic question. I did mention before that I used to play competitive Call of Duty. For some reason, we had AM in front of our names, in front of all, so it'd be like AM, whatever my name. So it basically would be like AM Azarus, which doesn't roll off the tongue. It took me a while, but I guess I came up with the name Blitz. This was years ago, so I don't, Blitz, I don't know. So for the longest time, my channel name was AM Blitz. I guess I didn't really like it all that much. I mean, I wanted to change it from the start, but I don't know. I'm not really great at coming up with names. And also, if you were trying to look up Blitz, like my channel, Blitz is a very broad topic, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff that comes up before my channel would come up. I wanted something a little bit more unique, and one thing that I guess I came up with at one point was Azarus. I mean, obviously, right? And I don't really know how I came up with the name. I know throughout a couple weeks I was just kind of thinking, throwing off names, different types of names I can use for my channel, and that one was one of them. I think I ended up getting it from a game called The Binding of Isaac, which I did play a while ago on the channel. One of the characters you can play in there was called Lazarus. with an L. I think Lazarus is pretty common, right? I guess I just got rid of the L and just Azarus. I guess it worked out. And honestly, from there, the name stuck with me. Thank you for the questions. Those were pretty good ones. They made me use my thinker up here. We get another 3 questions coming in from Max1Art. Question 1: how long does it usually take to make your intros? Fantastic question. And to be honest, it kind of depends. Usually it takes me around like 2 to maybe 5 hours to complete an intro. And the actual editing portion of doing the intro doesn't really take that long. The thing that takes the longest is coming up of an idea of what I want to do in the intro. That's honestly what takes me the most amount of time. So first thing I do is I'd come up with a mix. And I don't know if you notice this, but the mixes I use for my intros are very different from what you hear inside the mod, because I just make my own type of mix. Like I usually record each polo like individually, at least the ones I want to use, and then I set them up however I want for the intro. And honestly, I've been really liking the intro so far, at least the mixes specifically. And then from there, I'd listen to it over and over again and just be like, okay, what can I do? And that's honestly how it goes. Of course, I stay within the bounds of what can I actually edit, because I'm definitely still learning. The ropes of editing and stuff like that. Question 2: what is your most and least favorite Incredibox versions? So I'm guessing you're talking about the official versions, because you don't specify mods. If I were to say my favorite version, it would have to be Wekity. I really like that version. And then Dystopia is definitely in second place. Jeevan is also, I think that would probably be in third place. For my least favorite one, I would probably have to go with the first version. And don't get me wrong, the first one is a classic. I mean, wasn't it like the one that kind of started it all, right? I guess comparing it to the other version, it's just not my favorite, to be honest. Though, all the versions are incredible. And last but not least, question 3: what programs do you use for editing? Well, I use 2 specifically. One, Premiere Pro to do all the cuts and edits for my videos and for my intros, and then I use Photoshop for my thumbnails. What I want to try to get into is probably some Blender, because I know you can do some crazy stuff on there, maybe making my intros a little bit more crazier than they already are. So thank you, Max1Art. Those were some amazing questions. Another question coming in from Typical Goldfish. Typical. They said, hey Azarus, congrats on 10k subs. Thank you so much. My question is, what classes are you taking and what's your favorite class? Interesting. Well, if you don't know, and I'm almost positive you don't know, I am majoring in cybersecurity and I'm taking a lot of IT related classes. So I'm taking like a coding class, which was Java. I'm taking an AI class, which is interesting. Taking a math class, statistics, taking an SRA class. And which one is my favorite? Oh, maybe the AI. There's just a lot of things that I didn't know about AI that I could do, like, you know, AI image generation and text generation and even music generation too, which is cool. I could probably say that one is my favorite class of this semester. Another question coming in from Toon Jam. Question: if you made an Incredibox mod, what style would it be? Definitely spooky themed, horror themed, scary. Yeah, along the lines of Orin Ayo, Void, those scary ones. Yeah, I really like those ones. Another question coming in from Sib Rubber. What is your favorite mod that you've played so far? Specific. I would probably have to say Void, only because it is my type of theme that I would do, so horror themed, and it is just so well put together. The beats, the melt, oh my god. That was definitely one of my favorite mods to go over. But I mean, that's just if I have to list one. There are so many mods that I really enjoyed. And what mods are you hyped for the most if you're hyped for a mod? I think I answered this in the previous question too. I think probably another version for Coldbox. I think there's 2 versions, right? The Mechanic and Bonfire. If they end up making a 3rd version, I think that would be cool. They've done a great job with those so far. For Scratch, of course, Setbox, version 7. Pretty excited for that one. Another question coming in from Serd Murray. Number 1, why Incredibox? There are a lot of music rhythm games out there. Well, okay, so why Incredibox? If you looked at my previous videos, I've done a lot of just random games, and that range from like horror, funny, happy, sad, whatever kind of games. And I was just mostly doing that to kind of put my videos out there for all different types of things, so if one thing ends up doing really well, then I can probably focus a little bit more on that. So Incredibox was also one of those games that I just threw out there too. I initially found the game on iFunny when iFunny was somewhat popular, right? And I thought from the start it was a great game, so I bought it, and honestly the video did great. That was my first Incredibox video, so I did take a little break from Incredibox, and then I came back to it recently. These are the videos that you're seeing now, and honestly it's been going great. So that's why Incredibox. But why not other music games? I don't know. I've seen, like, I don't know, Friday Night Funk, and to be honest, I don't know if I'll ever play that game on here. And I know there's another game called My Singing Monsters that I've seen some people play. I actually played it before. A lot. Like, I know they came out with a whole bunch of new islands and stuff like that, but I'm just way behind now. Question number 2, how and when did you learn about Incredibox and the mods? Well, I did mention before, it was a couple years ago, I was on iFunny and I saw, I think that was when version 8 Dystopia came out, and they had like a promotion on there or something like that, or just a video about it, and that's how I figured out about Incredibox. From there, people commented on that video telling me to play other mods and stuff like that. I started making videos on the mods, and then people were telling me to play these mods, and then I started playing those mods, and then people were suggesting more and more. I'm like, how are there this many mods? And I realized, like, there's so many mods out there. Question number 3, will you only make Incredibox content or something else awaits in the future? I definitely want to implement more games. That's why I want to throw a game. I said on Wednesday, I don't know, in previous video I did mention that I want to throw an extra video every other Wednesday. So on the weekends I'll do Incredibox, and then during Wednesday I'll do probably like a different game or something like that. So I definitely do want to introduce more games into my channel, which would be dope. And last but not least, how old are you? How old do I look? I'm 23. Did you guess right? Also, congrats on such a big amount of subs, and I'm glad to be a part of what makes your day better. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. Another question coming in from I'm sorry, I don't know. Do you plan on playing other music games? Just a little curious. I don't know. I mean, it's always a possibility I can introduce a new music game into it. Like, definitely like My Singing Monsters. I wouldn't mind making a couple videos on that. Another question coming in from Cabberbabber, if I'm saying that right. Out of all the setbox versions you played, which one is your favorite? Easy question. Embers, bro, that mod, oh my god, that mod was so good. Yeah, someone mentioned down in the comments that they're surprised that it's not like an official mod. I agree with that, bro. They could have honestly put that into like a PC port. Another question coming in from Holy Knight. Question, do you think you might do a tier list video for the Incredibox mod? Yeah, I was actually planning on doing that. So that should be coming out relatively soon. Also, will you play Incredibox Christmas Bells mod in December? Of course I will. That's definitely going to be a Christmassy type mod, so I'm definitely going to play that in December. That one should be fun. A lot of people have been hyping that one up too. So another question coming in from Dragoon. Which Incredibox video intro did you have the most fun making? If I'm being completely honest, I probably enjoyed making the Orin Io one the most. And that one ended up being like my best video on the channel, which is awesome. That one was an introduction to, like, you might not know what I'm talking about, but like the contrast with the tint, which was like black and white tint, made it like very creepy. And I put that on like a television picture thing, and it ended up working out really well. I didn't think it would work out that well. Got another question coming in from Gracious Glossious Garlic. How do you guys come up with these names, bro? Would you be open to making your own Incredibox mod? I have no idea how to make an Incredibox mod. Because it would be pretty cool to learn how to do it. I have messed around with FL Studios some, not much, so I definitely wouldn't know too much about making the mod, but I think it would be cool. Another question coming in from Big Boy. All right. Question, make a top 5 or a top 10 list of all the mods you reviewed. I don't think that's a question, but sure. Another question coming in from a Winded. Hey Azarus, simple question for you, good sir. Okay, I don't know why I said it with that accent, but okay, what brought you to Incredibox and how are you liking it so far? So like I said before, I found out about Incredibox on iPhone, and to be honest, if it wasn't for me just scrolling on there, I probably wouldn't even have heard of Incredibox. Maybe I would have. I feel like Dystopia in Wekity was pretty popular. I probably would have heard about it one way or another. How am I liking it so far? I'm loving it. Another question coming in from satatofficial. How long does it take you to make your intros? What do you use for them? And will you play Embers? Okay, very interesting set of questions. I did mention it before. How long does it take you to complete your intros? Like 2 to 5 hours, probably. What do you use for them? I use Premiere Pro. A lot of editing and presets and stuff like that. And will you play Embers? Sure. Like I said, I do have a lot of mods to cover, so I definitely want to play every single mod that you guys suggest. Just stay tuned. It will definitely come out eventually. It's weekly. I do weekly vids. Another question coming in from multistrikere. Azarus, what kind of audience were you targeting? Interesting. To be honest, I don't think I was really trying to target anyone. I guess people who like games. It just happened that there was a Incredibox audience that really enjoyed watching Incredibox videos and loving the mods that come out. Did you think that you would ever reach 10,000 subscribers? It was a goal of mine for a really long time, but I've been doing YouTubing for a while now, not really consistently, so I guess I don't know. I guess I was hopeful. Like, I was hoping to get there eventually. And when do you think you'll hit 50K? I have no idea. One thing I will say about like posting on YouTube, stuff like that, it's just like certain videos go amazing. Like the one Orin IO video, that one's my best one on the channel. Had no idea that that one was going to do that good. I don't know when I'll reach 50K. I really don't. Maybe months from now, maybe a couple years from now. I really don't know. Maybe tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. Another question coming in from, you see the name, don't know how to really say it. I don't even know if you can say it. This one I had to use a translate, so this one was in a different language. Do you have other channels on? I'm guessing that's supposed to be YouTube. No, I don't. This is the only channel I have. And maybe in the far, far future, I'll make like a second channel doing like something else. I don't know. How long do you edit your videos? 2 to 5 hours. And thank you for making such cool videos that I watch from another country. And of course, I mean, this is something that I wanted to do for a really long time. So I appreciate you stopping by and watching my videos. I really do. It's really awesome seeing people from different countries come to my channel and really enjoy my videos too. Got another question. I don't think that's a question from you see the name. I don't know how to say it. They said 10K, man. I can't believe your intros are so fire that I rewatch every single one of them because they're so cool. Thank you. Of course, it is amazing shooting every single one of those intros. So I'm really glad to see that a lot of you like the intros. Another question coming in from VOD is fine. If you can make an Incredibox polo, what would it look like? I'd probably make it look like me. Yeah, with the glasses, right? Sunglasses? I don't know. Would I be a beat, effect, melody, or voice? What do you think? Another question coming in from the person guy. What's the worst injury you've had? Very interesting question. Surprisingly, I fractured my pelvis bone when I was playing football. As you can probably guess, it didn't really feel that good, but it didn't hurt that bad though. Not gonna lie. So that was definitely interesting. I was on crutches for a couple weeks. I had to get an MRI. You know, just a big tube that they stick you in. It's like a big magnet thing. I don't know exactly how it works, but I know you're not supposed to have any metal in it. What is your worst injury? I'm curious. So just because I'm getting a little short on time, surprisingly, I think I might do 2 parts to this. So we get a question coming in from Rocky Star. And they said, bread? Well, I've definitely got an answer for you. Of course. Like, I'm always strapped. I don't know why you guys don't know that already. Like, you know I have a piece of bread in my pocket at all times, right? And last question for this video. Coming in from Growexer. Do you have a girlfriend? I don't. Very interesting question. Why do you want to know that? We can answer one more question from the Play Yeet. Okay, what is your old or oldest channel name? AM Blitz. Very weird name, right? I don't know. Either way, thank you guys so much for all the questions. I am going to be making a part 2. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for all the amazing questions. You guys come up with some good questions. I'll see you guys in the next video.